Guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. I told you there was going to be another video, and there is the level 10 links video for the LR full power Frieza, or the AGL LR full power Frieza, from the 350 million download celebration. As you can see there, all of his links are level 10. We have him on probably one of my favorite teams in the entire game, just because so much synergy. And of course, that's on Terrifying Conquerors. I mean, the synergy literally comes from the fact that it's just multiple Frieza and Cooler units, so it's not hard to link him. So this is the team we've got running. We've also brought this third form Frieza because I love bringing him with the full power LR Frieza, and also he's a sworn enemy support, which of course the AGL full power LR Frieza is on, giving key +3 in attack and defense plus 40%. But if you can do me a huge favor as always, which is drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new. And let's see this time what the AGL LR full power Frieza from the 350 million download celebration can do with level 10 links. Okay, second turn in, we have him on rotation, and we can see him with every link active apart from one, which is of course legendary power, hence why the LR first form Frieza is here, or the easier LR first form Frieza. But I really need to start doing level 10 links with units I have like Dupes and Rainbow to just probably be a little bit more interesting. But I mean, you can kind of see how much better they get eventually when I do get Dupes and potentially Rainbow the units. But just like the Goku, of course, I mean, there's literally video evidence on the channel. I don't have no Dupes in this Frieza. He is at 55%. And on turn 1, wow. I see. There was a part of me that said probably overall Goku is better than Frieza at probably level 10 links. I immediately take that back. Before we've even done anything, Frieza is on just over a 500k attack stat with 196k defense. Of course, one of the huge reasons for this is not only do we have every single link active apart from legendary power, which legendary power gives us attack plus 15%, so we'd actually have a slightly higher attack stat. We are getting attack and defense plus 100%. Also, we're getting attack and defense plus 100% again for 6 turns. Of course, we're 2 turns in, so we're on 6 turns with that. And then that will eventually drop to, of course, attack plus 50% after the 6 turns are up. So I think it's fair to say for the first 6 turns, without including the fact that, of course, these two can raise attack. Of course, in this scenario, we won't be raising attack because if we're getting ultra super attacks off, we're getting our 18 keys off. Of course, Frieza raises defense over the attack stat, which means Goku will probably edge it on that front. 5.4 milli attack stat, turn 1. That's insane. By the way, this is facing an extreme type unit. We're not even facing a super type unit yet. So that's only going to get higher. But of course, they can both raise their attack on Super, but of course, Goku on 18, Frieza on 12. It's obviously slightly easier, I said, with the teams that Frieza go at, like, you usually have Frieza on, like Terrifying Conquerors, Wicked Bloodline. A lot of the time, you're linking him with himself. And as I said, these teams in the game, they're very... Is synergistic a word? Is that a word? I don't actually know. Is synergistic a word? Let me Google it. Is synergistic a word? Synergistic is a word. Cool. I'm educated. Big words. The Wicked Bloodline, Terrifying Conquerors, these teams are so synergistic that not getting a 12 key with Frieza on a team like Wicked Bloodline, Terrifying Conquerors, where he's predominantly linked with himself, it's a lot more easier to walk away with your 18 key than with your 12 key instead. Whereas Goku, I think, is a bit easier to get your 12 key super than your 18 key. So yeah, there is that. Again, we have all of our links active, but we do have the attack and defense plus 40% from the third form Frieza for sworn enemy category allies. So we're on a 674k attack stat. The one thing that is obviously a bit easier, or not easier, but the one kind of benefit with, of course, both of these units, in this case Frieza having a built-in additional, if you're on a medium chance of launching an additional super attack, if you're in slot 2 or 3, or receiving the same attack in the same turn and getting that super attack off, or you know, you're guaranteed, should I correctly say, you're guaranteed to launch an additional if you're attacked and then you super, but you also have a medium chance, which is a 30% chance of launching an additional super as the second or third, if he's in the second or third slot in the rotation. But if you do get a super off, of course, you are raising your attack, which is, you know, very handy, because in the Goku event, or even in general, not only on, if you're getting your ultra super attack off, not only are you raising insane damage, especially within those first 6 turns, but then when you get the additional, you're then also raising your attack, which means you're doing even more damage, which again, absolutely insane damage. But yeah, that has an attack stat before even facing a super class enemy, which means he'll get an additional attack plus 50% eventually. And then of course, purely for the video, just like the same we did with Goku, we'll take him in the Goku, maybe the Goku event, or just like the Goku version of this event, and just watch Frieza just decimate with just ridiculous amounts of crits at level 10 links. So we're up to 654k attack stat. I mean, we're actually I'm gonna lose a little bit here and put him in the first slot, which, you know, how many links did we lose? We lost 3 links, which was Universe's Most Malevolent, Strongest Cannon Space, Fierce Battle. Losing those 3 links, we actually go down by about 130k in our attack stat, which is kind of mad. But I kind of want to raise his attack a little bit. Of course, the thing with units that stack attack is, obviously, like, as I said with Goku, there's a lot of potential of where their attack stat can go. And obviously with LRs, a lot of the time, it's, you want to get their 18 key. You want to get the ultra super attack, depending on the event, depending on the situation, depending on what you're doing. You want to raise Frieza's defense, you want to raise his attack. Goku event, probably either or, to be fair, but he does so much damage, I don't think it matters about raising his defense. But as I said, with it being so easy to get Frieza's 18 key off, a lot of the time you probably won't be raising Frieza's attack all too much unless you're getting the additional off, especially if he's in slot 1, which is a great slot 1 unit. But obviously, as I said, with a unit that stacks his attack, there's so much potential of where your attack stat could end up and how ridiculous the level 10 links will be. So, I mean, just think about, like, Frieza fully stacked up. Like, I mean, we got Goku up to at least, I think, 700 plus K the other day where we done him level 10 links. Bear in mind, this is with free dupe in both of them. We've also just gone past the 6 turn mark where we're about to beat Frieza, which, I mean, it's kind of not overly difficult to imagine what's going to happen. His attack stat's going to take a little bit of a drop. You know, instead of the attack and defense plus 100%, of course he loses out on the 100% on both attack and defense, and he just goes down to getting the additional attack plus 50% rather than anything on defense. Within those 6 turns, on level 10 links, Frieza can be lethal. And don't get me wrong, even after the 6 turns, he's still very, very good. And it still remains true even when level 10 links. I mean, they're both amazing. And then with level 10 links, they're also both still very amazing. But I think it still reigns true. I think quite obviously so. That Frieza is better at shorter events. I mean, and this is the sticky one. Frieza's amazing in the Goku event, but his passive is built, apart from the fact that he always crits Goku enemies, he's built for shorter events. And Goku's built for longer events. Especially because, main reason being, Frieza loses the attack and defense plus 100% after 6 turns. So eventually when there's a Vegeta event, and eventually a Fighting Legend Frieza event, Goku will obviously shine a lot more in the Vegeta event, where it's kind of neutral ground, where there isn't a Goku enemy for Frieza to just crit non-stop, and Goku not having an enemy to crit non-stop. Goku will shine in the Vegeta event eventually when it comes on Global, whereas Frieza will shine in ESBR, because, as I said, Goku is built for longer events, Frieza is built for shorter events. Now we're going to take him into any form of event that has Goku in it, and we're just going to see Frieza run wild with level 10 links. So we're back in, we have him on rotation immediately. I decided to go into the normal, like, Goku event. And we have the Sworn Enemies boost from the third form Frieza. We have every link active apart from Nightmare Legendary Power. He's on a 591k attack stat. I brought him here just because, I mean, this event doesn't cost any stamina, and I mean, as a whole, it's literally, this is the one thing that kind of, one of the major things Frieza currently has in his favor is, there is 2 events currently in the game. 6.7k attack, 6.7k, definitely not. 6.7 million attack stat, by the way, with the support from the third form Frieza. Big 5.7 million crit. But yeah, this is the kind of major advantage or the major benefit that the LR Full Power Frieza currently has right now in Dokkan is one of the harder events right now, or technically two, but but it's obviously the same, different version. One of the events in the entire game right now is literally built around just fighting Goku, which gives him a huge, I mean huge advantage over Goku right now, where you kind of sit there and be like, yeah, Goku's built for longer events like Goku event, but Frieza's built for short events like ESBR, because you're never really over like 8-10 turns in ESBR, and with Frieza there, you're definitely not going to be getting past turn 10. You know, so there's obviously that. 671k attack stat, by the way. Of course, now he is getting the attack plus 50% because we're facing a superclass enemy, while also critting Goku because we're facing a Goku enemy, which again just makes him just ridiculous in an event that is literally built around fighting Goku at all times. On top of the fact he's currently got his flat passive of attack and defense plus 100%, an 8 million attack stat, and of course right now, since we're within the 6 turn limit, we are getting the additional attack and defense plus 100%. That of course after turn 6 on turn 7 will eventually drop down to just attack plus 50%. I don't think that matters, because one thing that I like about this unit is that he kind of almost not saves himself, because it's not like he loses the attack and defense plus 100% and becomes bad. He's still great. And again, he stacks his attack, he stacks the defense. You have him in slot 1 and he takes a super, you're guaranteed to get an additional super afterwards, which means you raise both in one turn while doing ridiculous damage, especially in the Goku event, because you'll be critting on both supers. But the one thing that I like about this Frieza like a lot is the fact that not only does he absolutely just kill the Goku event, which again, as I said like before when the Goku dropped, and in respectively his level 10 links video, when there eventually will be a Fighting Legend Frieza event, obviously Goku then will have the advantage that Frieza has now. And then as I said earlier in the video, when the Fighting Legend Vegeta event drops, that's kind of neutral ground of where Frieza won't be critting him non-stop, Goku won't be getting crits non-stop, Goku will have the edge because he's built for longer events, whereas Frieza's built for shorter events. And then, yeah, as I said, eventually when there's a Fighting Legend Frieza event, Goku is not only is he built for longer events, but he's then just going to be critting Frieza non-stop. And of course, when you're getting your super attack off, he's going to be constantly stacking attack, and then, vice versa, stacking his defense on the additional on his 12. But one thing that I do, as I said, or was saying, that I really do like about this Frieza is, it's really annoying because we've got all links active and we have a 608k attack stat. We might as well get the active off, because we're in the Goku event, we're facing a Goku enemy and he's going to crit. He's going to just do mad damage with having all links active, because bear in mind, legendary power gives him attack plus 15% if I remember rightly. So this is going to do maximum damage, apart from the fact we don't have dupes. Yeah, 5.8 million crit. I mean, he would have done a little bit more if he also had the third one Frieza on rotation to give the attack and defense plus 40%. I am going to heal a little bit here because I kind of don't want to die, because I kind of want to do a rotation on super attack with the EZA first form Frieza rotation with him, have all links active. But again, as I was saying for like the 4th time now, the one thing I do like about this Frieza is, yes, he does lose the additional attack and defense plus 100% he has for 6 turns, and then just gets the attack plus 50%. Which is it's not that bad. Yes, you lose a bit of, tanking capability, if you will. Like, he's not as strong as he was. He's still ridiculous. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, as I said, he doesn't become bad. And of course, there's still just the ridiculous potential of where you can eventually have his attack stat up to if you're getting the 12 key off frequently, getting the additionals off, while you're getting the 18 keys off. There's still ridiculous potential. And again, if you're in the Goku event, or specifically fighting a Goku enemy in the likes of SBR and ESBR, it doesn't actually matter where your attack stat is getting raised up to, because he'll be hitting for about 4 or 5 milli crits anyway. But even though he does lose the attack and defense plus 100%, after 6 turns gets the attack plus 50%, which we do have now, not only will he still be doing ridiculous damage, even if you're facing a Goku enemy or not, if you're facing a superclass enemy, he does have the attack plus 50% on top of that as well. Which means he's still going to be doing, you know, similar amounts of damage that he was doing with the attack and defense plus 100% anyway. Of course, if you're facing, in an ideal scenario, superclass enemy and you're within the 6 turns, he's doing even more damage. Like, he's still insane, which is the thing I like about him. If you're facing an extreme enemy after the 6 turns, yes, that's probably the worst you could have him, or the least ideal, if you will. But even so, even though it's not the most ideal, again, he's still ridiculous. Yes, unfortunately, you're not getting the attack and defense plus 100% because the 6 turns will be up. Yes, you're not getting the attack plus 50% because you're not facing a superclass enemy. And obviously, since you're not facing a superclass enemy, it won't be Goku, so you're not guaranteed critting. So you only have the attack plus 50% on top of the attack and defense plus 100%. He's still going to be really good, because then there's also the small factor of, if you're getting the guaranteed additionals, or if you're getting the 12 key off anyway, and then potentially getting additional as well, which means you're raising attack twice, you still have the possibility of where his attack stat can end up. But yeah, we're probably gonna have one more rotation, which will probably be I don't want that Frieza at the end take too much damage. Will probably be the LR first form Easy A Frieza on rotation with the LR full power Frieza, and then the third form Frieza given that attack and defense plus 40%, and then we'll wrap it up. But yeah, even though he does lose the 100% on attack and defense, he's still just hitting for us insane amounts. Not to mention, you have this guy, you have any missions left on Goku event, Legendary GT Goku event, and you can have this guy on your team no matter what missions you have, no matter what missions you have left. If you can put this guy on your team, right? If you can have him on your team, or, you know, even if it's a team that you don't fully go on, if there's a rotation where you can just put him with like another version of himself that you can link with, take him. I mean, I don't have to tell you how obvious it is that he will just decimate the entirety of the event. Like, it's just obvious. He will decimate the entirety of the event. So if you have any missions left, no matter what category it is, and you have the LR AGL 4-power Frieza from 350 mil, take him. Because he will literally win you the entire event. It's as simple as that. Doesn't matter who else is there. He will pretty much almost one-shot the entirety for you. Simple as. Simple as. Why we didn't get the super attack off, you know, the attack stat was still just over 500k. But as I said, with a unit that has, you know, the possibility to raise their attack on 12 key, I mean, the possibilities are endless. He's ridiculous, especially within those first 6 turns when you have the additional attack and defense plus 100%. But I mean, they're both just ridiculous with level 10 links. They are both just ridiculous. Let me know if you think down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys, and peace.